Welcome to Gossip Guide, your ultimate source for anything celebrities. Please subscribe and click the bell button for insights if you are new to my channel. Garrett Clayton's career began like a fairy tale, young, handsome, charismatic, and cast as the leading man in Disney Channel's Teen Beach movie. To fans, he was the perfect heartthrob. But the truth was far more complicated. Behind the charm and the fame, Garrett was living a carefully constructed version of himself, one designed by the entertainment industry to appeal to a straight audience. Early in his career, Garrett was told that coming out as gay would be a mistake. He was advised to tone down his behavior, avoid talking about relationships, and above all, keep his sexuality private. His team painted a clear picture. If he wanted to succeed, he had to play the role of a straight man, on-screen and off. These warnings weren't subtle, they were direct and persistent. And for a while, Garrett listened. The fear of being rejected by an industry that celebrated heteronormativity was real. Hollywood had long perpetuated the idea that being gay meant you couldn't be a romantic lead, that audiences wouldn't buy it, and that your career would suffer. Garrett, like many young queer actors before him, was stuck between two worlds, the world he belonged to and the image he was told to protect. But that kind of silence has a cost. Privately, Garrett was in a loving relationship with writer Blake Knight. Publicly, he couldn't acknowledge it. For years, he lived under the pressure of a double life. He had to monitor his every post, every interview, every appearance, afraid of slipping up. It was exhausting, and eventually, it became unsustainable. In 2018, Garrett made the brave decision to come out publicly. In a heartfelt Instagram post, he revealed that he was gay and had been in a relationship with Blake for several years. The post was simple but powerful, a quiet act of defiance in an industry that had tried to keep him in the shadows. And in that moment, Garrett reclaimed control of his story. The public response was overwhelmingly positive. Fans embraced him, and many praised his honesty and courage. But it was more than just a personal moment, it was a cultural one. In coming out, Garrett challenged the status quo. He proved that you don't have to hide who you are to succeed. That being gay doesn't disqualify you from being a leading man. That love, talent, and truth are not mutually exclusive. After coming out, Garrett shifted his focus toward roles that aligned with his identity. In King Cobra, he portrayed gay adult film star Brent Corrigan, a role that delved into darker, more complex themes of fame, identity, and exploitation. It was a far cry from the polished Disney image that launched his career. But it was honest, it was fearless, and it marked a new chapter in his journey. Garrett also began to use his voice off-screen. In interviews, on panels, and through social media, he opened up about the pressures he faced early on. He exposed the industry's hypocrisy, how queer actors are often discouraged from being open, while straight actors are applauded for portraying queer characters. He talked about mental health, about the isolation of hiding, and about the importance of representation. His advocacy didn't come from bitterness, it came from experience. Garrett knew what it felt like to be silenced, and he wasn't going to let others go through the same thing alone. He made it clear that queer actors deserve the same opportunities as anyone else, that they shouldn't have to compromise who they are to be successful. In 2021, Garrett and Blake got married in a beautiful outdoor ceremony surrounded by friends, family, and fellow LGBTQ+ creatives. It was more than a wedding, it was a celebration of love, visibility, and freedom. Images from the day spread across social media, showing a couple who had survived the pressure, the fear, and the silence, and emerged stronger than ever. Today, Garrett continues to work in film, TV, and theater, but now, he does it on his own terms. He's no longer playing a role crafted by others. He's embracing authenticity, pursuing projects that matter, and using his platform to uplift others. His story is one of resilience, of an artist who refused to be boxed in by outdated norms. Garrett Clayton may have started as a Disney star, but he's become something far more meaningful, a trailblazer for queer visibility in a straight-centered industry. He's shown that being true to yourself is not a liability, it's a superpower. And his courage is lighting the way for the next generation of LGBTQ+ talent who are ready to step into the spotlight with nothing to hide.